Hey, friend.
Hey, friend.
Welcome back to our
Okay, so we're live.
podcast. We have a nice and quick and powerful episode planned today.
Yes, me not be too quick, but so a few things that we're going to go over today. Learn patterns of behavior, giving your power away when you choose to be angry or judgy, letting adults handle their emotions. The bigger the struggle, the better the growth. And then taking for granted the positive information that we know, that we think most people know, but they may not know. And then we'll go over a couple of personal experiences in that in those categories. So that's what we're going to go over for the next about 40 minutes. So
And this is
I'll int-
Marta. And
yes, and Kamila to introduce ourselves first in case you're watching this for the first time and you don't know us. We assume that anyone's watching are our friends and family, but our goal is to reach hundreds and thousands of people that we don't know and have no idea who we are. And I have to keep zooming out and remembering our goal and our path is so much greater than just our circle alone. So, yes, my name is Kamila, and here we are.
yes, and we wanted to start off with talking about how we take it for granted all the things we have learned so far because, you know, although it might seem like it's easy for us to get on camera and talk about stuff, but every single day I wake up and I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, why am I even doing this? And I know that Camilla feels the same. It's like there's so many people talking about already positivity or this or, changing your habits. So I'm always like, oh, this is so dumb. Like nobody cares about hearing what I have to say. But, the people that need to hear you can only hear things from you. So I just realized how we take for granted everything that we've learned so far when it comes to like nervous system regulation, relationship repair, when it comes to just positive thinking, when it comes to self sabotage, when it comes to just messed up patterns that you have created, when it comes to shame and insecurity and all those things. And because when I talk to people on a daily basis, so many times I'm like, wow, I can't believe this was such a small fact that I shared, but it changed this person's perspective. And then from there, they led a better life. Even if it's just a small, tiny change, it has like a butterfly effect. And to give like a great example, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to a person and they were venting how this group of people is really annoying and makes, him angry because they never say hello when when their kids play at the park and this group of people comes over, they never like say hello. And so I said to him, I said, I was like, different cultures have different uh, rules and training. Like, for instance, if you will never see someone who's Hindu come up and hug you, right? Like it's not in their culture to hug each other. They put their hands together and they bow down. And I think a lot of Asian cultures have the same thing. And then I said, or maybe they just feel like, hey, maybe this person hates me or doesn't like me. Then I'm just gonna keep to myself. And a little time passed, maybe 5, 10 minutes, and then he turns to me and he says, he's like, wow, he's like that like literally just changed my entire life. Just that one thought of neutral approach to life, where it's like, okay, maybe this person doesn't hate me. Maybe they're not being rude. Maybe it's the way I'm reading the situation, or maybe it's the way that I'm approaching the situation. And he said to me, he's like, never stop talking about this. He's like, you've always had this beautiful, like neutral approach to life, to seeing both sides. And he's like, never stop talking about this. He's like, if anything, talk more about it. And I just thought it was so cute because I know this person for a very long time, and we've seen each other through a lot of different phases in life. So like to get that perspective was just really warmed my heart. And then it just reminded me of like, okay, maybe this isn't stupid. Maybe the way that I can, you know, talk about my experiences, talk about the neutrality of the world, maybe that is beneficial to a lot of people. So it just
That's
kind
really
of
cute, friend.
reignited that love and passion for what we're doing here.
I really love that. That's really cute.
That's
And
so
he's
funny. He just
right.
texted me too.
Oh,
Talk about a wink,
yeah,
cosmic
yeah,
wink.
yeah. That is so cool. And I definitely can attest to that. You do have a very grounding, neutral ability about you that so many times I've came to you and you neutralize something that I felt so strongly one way. And, in the past it took me a while, but then now it's like I almost come to you for that. Like, I know you're going to set me straight in my terms of like, hey, this is how I feel. And you always are able to neutralize it. And I think there's so much power in that because a lot of what we've learned is that it's one way or the other in this duality existence, this dual existence on this earth. And if you can be more neutral about things, then you really, really hold a very big superpower. Um, and yeah, I think that's beautiful, and you should never stop talking about that because it's very important, especially when there's so much, up, down, left, right, good, bad, just that
Good and
neutral
evil,
perspective.
hatred
Yeah,
and
just like everyone just has a different perspective on things, on just everything. One way is not right, one way is not wrong. It's just their perspective and their take on the matter. And having that open mind and not being judgy really does create space and gives you, like, the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm not going to judge this person because I shouldn't care and I shouldn't,
we're just
look at
both
myself.
doing our best that we possibly can in this life,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
being like that, like you mentioned a couple sentences ago, that it gives your power away. Nothing gives your power away in your life than being angry at somebody else, because now they're taking over your day. They're taking over how productive you are. They're taking over how you feel. So you're giving your power to these people by constantly having thoughts and feelings of anger, judgment, whatever that may be,
Yeah.
So,
Yes, it does give your power away when you're judgy and angry, and it just makes you look like you know, the asshole.
well, not
So,
even just like look like the way that you feel every day. Like, imagine if, I can just, after our call here, I can just hang up. I can be in my own power. I can be centered. I can be regulated. I can go about my day, write my newsletter, pay my bills, clean my house, whatever, and then just have a productive day. Now, you and I have both been there when we got into an argument with someone, where we judge someone, when we have these thoughts about someone, and that takes over your day, and now you're less productive. Maybe you didn't get all your tasks done. Maybe you're just, pondering about this person and you're angry, and you just can't really center yourself. And I don't know about everybody else, but when I'm not centered, I don't work well. I can't write my newsletter. I can't, uh, you know, not that I can't. It's just easier when I don't give a fuck about what everybody else is doing in their life.
it can literally take your entire life away because those moments stack up on each other. Those days
Hmm.
stack up on each other. Those months. And then, you talk to somebody well in their age and they're just still stuck in that feeling, that moment, that resentment. It's like, wow, I don't want it to do that. I want to be clear every day. I want to clear myself, reset, ground my energy. And it definitely is a practice, especially when you weren't taught that in childhood. I mean, a lot of us, we're learning this for the first time now. I can't say a lot of us because I don't know. Again, that perspective. I'm learning this for the first time now
Yeah.
of how to clear myself and reset and, really just shake the thoughts out of my head. Like, not today. I'm not there. This thought is unproductive. There's no reason for it. I'm not going to give my energy um, to that thought, to that person, to that whatever it is that's not productive.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
this actually takes us right into our second thing or third thing, which is um like letting adults handle their own feelings. A lot of times we avoid telling another adult something that's true, something that's constructive, something that's is useful in your life, because you're like, "Oh, I'm going to make them sad, or they'll be angry at me, or they will this, they will that." But adults are able to handle their own feelings. We have to understand that someone else's feelings are not your responsibility. If my husband comes home and he's huffing and puffing because something went wrong in his day, I don't go save him. I don't go like, oh, can I get you water? Oh, no, like you're an adult. You can handle your own feelings. You can solve your own problems. You know what I mean? Like we have to let people experience life for themselves because we all have different lessons to learn. So I can't go manipulating my husband's mood and my husband's whatever and my children's, moods and things, because I don't know what the lesson is that they're learning here. Like they have to learn how to self regulate. If they ask me for help, I can show them some tips and tricks on how to self regulate, how to receive information that we don't like and process it. But other than that, like, I want to encourage you guys to stop trying to fix other people's problems, other people's moods, other people's, hissy fits or whatever the hell that may be. And it will lead you to just being more centered, more regulated. And of course, it's not going to be easy at first. Like if you are in a 20-year-long marriage and for 20 years you were soothing your husband emotionally or whatever, or tiptoeing around his mood swings, then when you stop doing that, it's going to cause a rift. You know what I mean? It's going to cause like a seesaw, but it will eventually settle itself out. And that really, because it's like a people pleasing behavior, right? Which I'm very what's the word? Which I'm very like accustomed with. Like I am a people pleaser by nature, not by nature. I was taught to be a people pleaser to
I was
survive my
gonna say it's
childhood.
condition. Yeah,
Not by nature, by survival. Um,
conditioning.
Conditioning, right? So as I'm unraveling those things, I've been unraveling this for 5 years, you know what I mean? And as I unravel more and more, I realized how much I cushioned other people's emotions and life and behavior with my presence, and shit, like no wonder my body wants to hold on to, 60 extra pounds of weight because it's stressful, it's emotionally stressful. And the more that you try to people please, feel responsible for other people's emotions, the more that your body takes it on as a burden, and that can show up in skin issues, uh weight gain. That can show up as, what are those autoimmune disorders, like
Inflammatory
inflammatory
diseases,
things. Like what are
autoimmune
some
diseases.
autoimmune disorders, like
Autoimmune,
name
it could
some.
be, well, like cancers, diabetes, lupus,
Lupus, yeah.
um, MS,
Fibromyalgia or
um,
whatever, however you
like
say
all
that.
those ones where your body
Yeah.
basically attacks itself and it can't,
Yeah. And there is now actually
it's
research
stressed.
that it's no longer like woo woo, right? There's actual research now that will back up the fact that if you are emotionally, um like what I used to call I call myself an emotional, like, support pillow, like for other people. Not everybody, but it's in grades, right? Like I've done it for people in small amounts, I've done it for people in large amounts, and I'm still trying to figure out, okay, when is enough, when is too much, when is a good amount. Like honestly, it should be zero, right? Like it should be zero, but I'm still trying to figure that out. So long story short, let adults handle their own emotions. Every adult is capable of handling their own emotions. And if you stepping back and not emotionally soothing the adults in your life anymore causes them to go into like a frenzy, that's fine. Let them fucking have it. Let them have it. You step back, you move yourself away, you create space until they figure out how it is that they're supposed to behave and how it is that you're supposed to behave and what everybody's responsibility is. You know what I mean? So,
That gets tied into like codependency too, because it's easier to focus on other people's
oh my
stuff
God,
than your
yes,
own.
yes.
And that's,
Codependency is a whole different subject that we could dive into maybe like have a specific episode on it because there's so much to codependency. Like a small example without getting into it is people who are like, actually, I don't want to get into it because I'm not ready for that subject yet. There's a lot that
Save
goes
that for the
into it.
next episode.
I have to collect my thoughts on it, because it
Yeah,
can
but
cause
like,
some
oh, I have,
riots.
yeah, but basically like, oh, let me take care of everyone else so I don't have to worry about my own
Yeah.
crap, and then you're a
Yeah.
superhero, but really you're just manipulating
Well,
other
you
people's
want to be the
past
superhero.
to make yourself feel better,
Yeah, but you actually
like,
what
oh,
you want is to
I,
feel
yeah,
needed, and you want people's
yes,
validation because you have
I
you
need
have
you
no
to need
self.
me.
Huh?
I need you to need me, right? So
Yes.
I feel
Yes.
worthy. And that's just as, not, I won't want to say bad, but as a narcissist. So we'll save that for the next
Yes, we
episode.
definitely will, because
'Cause
this covers a
we'll
lot
do
of
a little
different groups
bit.
of people that might get butt hurt.
It's
Well,
okay.
yeah,
Hurt the butt.
yeah,
Hurt the butt. Our butts were hurt, and this is where it brought us,
yeah. My
This is
fucking
not,
ass was hurt when somebody told me, you just need to be needed. That's why you're helping these people. And I was like, no, I'm helping them because they need help. It's like, no, you're helping them because you feel so little worth of yourself that you have to have worth from other people praising you. It's a whole different thing.
and yeah, and the pain is what brought us here. And I just want to even, if I can share, like the other day when you told me that I whine about the things that are not good in my life. And I got so annoyed at first because I was like, I'm this positive person. I have a lot on my plate and I still choose positivity. But when I get down in the dumps, I get down. And I really appreciated that because I do have so much to be grateful for. And I choose the one thing that's like bad or not 100% in my life to literally make it my life instead of like, okay, this is here. This is what it is. Let me focus on all the 95% of my life that is so
That's
good,
going
you
so
know?
good.
So good, and I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed in so many ways. Like, you were like, if I could hit you, I
I
would.
was like, if you were here, I'd throw my shoe at you.
Yeah, and at first I was like, oh, why like really
I
whining? And
knew
then I'm
you
like,
were
you know
like
what?
cursing me out in your space.
I was like, this bitch. But for like a split second, but I know what I'm doing when I go to you. Like, I know I subconsciously, I'm like, I need her to set me straight. And just being like, but it's right. Like, why am I whining about this instead of just, okay, it is what it is, move on and focus on everything else. And I needed that little pain in my butt, I needed to get butt hurt is what I was trying to say. You say, people are going to get butt hurt about what we want to say, and that's fine. If you get butt hurt, it's because something in you is, it needs a little bit of healing. So,
Yes, and not everybody is meant to heal to certain levels. So those who need to hear it will hear it and they'll change their lives. And those who don't, they'll just stay butthurt and that's okay. There's no judgment
yeah,
from me because I don't
right.
know what your journey looks like. I only know what my journey looks like. So I can say 100 different things on our podcast, and one or two might apply to people, nothing might apply to people because my journey is so unique to me, and that's between me and God. And your journey and other people's journey is so unique to them. Everybody's got to figure out their own things because no two people's journeys are the same. And the things that
Yeah.
work for some will not work for others, and that's okay.
And
Um,
I'm no longer pushing people to their
oh
path. Like,
no, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
If they are here, so my design is to be like, excuse me, and blah blah blah, like share my stance, but they have to be present in my life. Like, there has to be an opportunity. I can't just go around being like, oh, you should do this, oh, you should do that.
Well, that's why
Like,
we're
I'm no
doing
longer
this
pushing
podcast,
people.
right? Because this is a huge invitation to anybody who wants to be like, hey, I'm interested in your
Exactly.
coaching. I'm interested in your, you know, system
Yeah, just because I
regulation.
see their faults or I see their potential doesn't mean I have to go ahead and push, like, oh, this is where you should be, if they're not ready or willing or even aware, because then it's draining my energy and outsource or resources on something that's not, just doesn't, it's just not there, and that's fine. But I
Mm-hmm.
had to learn to not go around and being like, oh, do this, do that, do this. And it not really compute. So
Because
that
you only
was
have
my
control
lesson.
of yourself, right? Like you can't force anybody else to do what you're doing. The only thing you can do is participate in that or choose not to participate in it.
Yeah. Or saving that fire for people that are like, hey, I'm here, I'm willing to
Yeah.
learn, show me what you know. Yes. Like, then the fire comes
And the
out.
people who
Then
want
it's
to
like,
pay you for that shit too, you know?
yeah, exactly. Especially that. Like, um, I just got my first like one-on-one client online and I'm so excited about it. And at first I got a little scared because, I don't know, just stupid wiring in my brain, but then I'm so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to show her everything. I can't wait to teach her everything. Like, I cannot wait to change her life. And that's when that fire comes out of like, let's
Yeah.
go. Let's
She's
burn,
gonna
baby.
love you so much.
I know. And she's so cute and she already does.
Yeah.
So that's when I'm saving my fire for, and not,
Yes.
oh, somebody who can care less about what I have to say. Like, stop pushing
Yes. Yes,
where it's not
exactly. Oh my
wanted,
God. That's so
because so many
true.
people want it and just wait for those and find those.
Yes. Yes, 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 yes. That's beautiful what you said that and you know what? That energy that you're going to get from coaching her is that same energy that's going to get you out of the slumps when you're feeling less than enough on those days. Because I remember when I took on my first client last year, I had two people I was working with in the same week, and I was still going through moments of like low vibration where I was just like, wow, this is so stupid. Like, no one even cares about my teachings. And then having to show up for that client, like, just snaps you out of it. And then you're like back in the saddle. And it just really, really makes you feel better because you're actually, how like when you have to go to work and you hate your job and it's like, oh my God, I don't want to go. I don't want to be here. I know you've had a lot of that. And when you're actually doing your purpose, the thing that you're meant to be teaching and doing, it has the opposite effect. You're going to be hyped before, after. Like, I would get literally the highest high after having a great coaching session with someone that I've ever experienced in my life. Like, it's just the best. And I can't wait to open up my schedule for more clients coming up soon because it literally just lights up your life. It's so great. And I'm so happy for you.
Yes, thank you. I'm also happy for myself. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing this next launch, is like that, like just overall wellness, a reset,
Okay,
one,
great.
so
Yes, and those of you who are tuning in, both Camilla and I are going to be doing a launch. I'm launching childhood trauma healing. It's one-on-one coaching. So it's basically, I think, like 8 to 12 sessions because some people need extra sessions. So I don't want to say just 8. I say 8 to 12. And I don't want to scare people off by saying childhood trauma because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't have any childhood trauma." If you've created a pattern in your childhood that doesn't fulfill your life now, if it's harmful to you now, that's what we're working with, right? So like if you're an overspender, if you're a people pleaser, if you lose weight, gain weight, if you have an autoimmune condition, if, you know, any of those things plus others, if you're, I don't know, picking at your skin, if you're plucking out your hair, I don't know, any pattern that you have now that you've tried so hard to change, um, this started early in your childhood. And when you start working with that, you'll learn and realize how much of the patterning started for you as a child. And I'm actually pretty good at spotting patterns in people. So I can't wait to launch that. I'm only going to be taking on like ideally 3 clients, possibly 4. Um and yeah, so I'm excited. And Camilla, why don't you tell us about your launch a little bit?
be like health and fitness, weight loss, like people that want to change their bodies, but it's more of like a mindset approach, and kind of starting with the basics of um, lymphatic system, fascia, things like what your trauma stored in your body. And
Mhm.
releasing that and kind of like giving your body a natural relaxed state to even process a lot of the trauma, daily intentional movement, nutrition patterns, but also not just like, oh, your diet, but how you're eating, when you're eating, why you're eating, how often. Basically, different, simple, basic rules to weight and like fitness and health. Like it's going to be
Yeah.
different than, oh, just work out, follow this plan, you'll lose weight. Like that's, it's funny because that's how it was in my head years ago, but now going back into it, it's like you start so much from the basics that people ignore, and just simple changes of their routine and their mindset is going to give them the results they want without really trying all that hard. It's actually you try less, you just do the right things and simple movements. So it'll be like the first 30 days, and then I think like I want to do like 30-day programs, but then like see someone for 30, 60, 90 days until they feel confident and, in their own
Yes.
ability to follow their own
And
routine.
when it
But
becomes a
basically, yeah, like,
habit, because things become a habit, people say after 21 days, but it's more like 40. Um,
yeah.
yeah. And you
And
you've
yes,
had
like
your
this,
your own wonderful transformation, so you have plenty of like, proof of
yeah.
like this working.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm confident in it too. I'm confident in my ability to help somebody change their body and their mind. And I'm excited to see their results for them because, yeah, for me, it changed. Like, I used to work out all the time, and I used to have a really bad relationship with food and working out and this and that. And then now, even being a mom, like, so that's another thing. I wanted to do a program just for moms, but I don't know. I kind of just want to do some like like a reset, like routine, like just find your routine. That's what I was lacking after becoming a mom, like having any kind of routine for myself. And now, like the first thing I do is lymphatic drainage in the morning, and I move my body. Otherwise, I feel like a balloon, and I just don't feel good. And it's a great way to start your day, first thing in the morning, even before your coffee. And simple things like that, I think, really do change the course of your day. Implementing daily movement and like your nervous system regulation, that's a big one too. Connecting your mind to your body, I think, is huge, and releasing all the trauma that's stored in your body by moving it out, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I did go from like crazy workouts to more calmer workouts, and I saw a drastic change within a year than I ever have in the past. With like I said, yeah, I could have done the same thing, but I did less of work to get to where I am, and I think that's great. Less time, less work. I didn't have to go to the gym like 3 hours a day, or run and work out, and like my life
Yeah.
was involved around working out. Whereas now it's like it's more attainable, and I think that's what people want, is something they can do long term for the rest of their life, something that doesn't take away from their day, but it's a part of their day. I know that everybody strives for that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sometimes when your body's stressed out, it doesn't want to release the pain, the weight, the inflammation. So,
yeah, yeah. So I'm excited, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be launching, something along the lines of mind body, transformation. Still working on it.
yeah, that's wonderful. I think you're really great at that too. I can see that being your niche. Not
Thank
niche,
you.
but it's just something that you have an abundance of information on, like endless
Yeah,
information.
yeah, for sure.
So anybody who
And
gets to
it's
work
something
with
that
you
I
will
love.
do great.
Sorry, go on.
I said anybody who will work with you, it will be lucky and will do great.
Thank you. And I love that. That's like what fuels me the most, is when somebody does something that they don't think they can do, and then they do it, and then they like become a different version of themselves. I think that's so, I want to say sexy, but that's the first word that comes out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I think that's so empowering. I think
Yes.
it's just so cool. Especially, I don't want to say like older ladies, but sorry.
But maybe women that have been through life have raised kids and now they're a little bit dysregulated from that, because being a mom will dysregulate you, because you can do your
Yeah.
hardest, your best job, and your kid will be like, I don't care. You're muted. Oh, there you are.
56-year-old women that are like, okay, now my kids are older, I'm retired, or whatever the case may be. Now I can take care of myself. And I just see it in their face and their bodies, like years of neglecting their needs. It's like, my God, let's bring you back to yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like your body, your space, your sensuality, like all this stuff that you have so far given up. That's what I love the most about that age group too, is like it's still there. Like let's find that.
Yeah, and then they have the time now, right? Because to
Yeah.
put into themselves.
Yeah. And and I think that a lot of times menopause gets this bad rep, and I know I'm only in my 30s, but I can see myself in 20, 30 years changing the course of that too, because it's a very powerful time in their lives. And it's so like looked down upon as like, oh, you're basically like expired or whatever. It's like, no, like this is the time where you stop literally shedding your power away and you start harvesting it and being able to give it to others. And that, you know what I mean? I just think that's
Yes.
really beautiful.
Yes.
And it's not like it goes from like maiden to mother to mage, I think, is the third one. And so many times we discard that in not all cultures, but I know in this culture, like we discard the mage as like, oh, whatever. But like that's the most beautiful and most important one, the one that went through maiden and motherhood, and here you are and you're just like, you know not even giving yourself the time to just sit and
Yeah.
breathe. And like you deserve that, you really do,
Yeah.
especially as a mother
I'm
and
looking
a
forward
house and a
to that. I'm
caretaker.
looking forward to that so much. And I think it's going to be like my favorite time of my life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm good where I'm at now, but I love helping, like
Mhm.
myself in 20 years. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
seeing myself, like where would I want to be there, and taking care of myself in the way that I want to make sure when I'm there, I'm not just giving up on myself,
Yeah,
basically.
and pave the
So,
way for others, because in a lot of other cultures, women are valued and cherished as they get older, and here we're kind of like made to fear that, and I think it's absolutely
yeah.
crazy. The women, who have raised children and have, gotten to a point to be, 50, 60, whatever, 70, 80 years old, are so beyond wise, and there's so much wisdom in them.
And I love nothing more than cracking them open. Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then you start going a little deeper, and then
Mhm.
it's like, and I'm like, I knew she was there. Like, I
Yeah.
knew that fucking power was in there the whole time.
Yeah.
And you just needed, like, the
Permission. You needed
authority.
permission.
Yeah. To
Yes.
be like,
Yes.
hey, you can come out at any point. And when they see that and they're just like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I can take up this space, I think that's so
It
cool
is.
because coming especially from their generation where it was like they didn't get that. Like right now, it's like we can say or do whatever we want. You can
Mhm.
get up and you can get any job, you can get paid this, that, you can literally do whatever you want. And it wasn't always like that. And I don't take that for granted. And I feel like I want to bring them to that space of mentality and power of like, yeah, like yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I
to
am
take up
allowed
their
to
space, like you
space,
can take
yeah,
up
and
space.
look good and feel good doing it,
Mhm.
I think that's the
Yes.
sexiest thing when moms look good. I think it's just so incredible. Like, yeah, remember who you are, like what you're allowed, like just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, when people would take care of their bodies, it's obviously like a good thing because that takes this to, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, we hit
very
on all of
passionate
our
about that.
points, and we
Okay.
had a nice we're going to try to it's good we're at a good time to tie up and finish up, and I will put in a description of the video your handle for what Instagram you want me to put on. I think I'm going to put my handle for Instagram, and I'm going to put my website on there.
Yeah, I think it goes like also my link tree, which is like a
Oh, yeah,
website
yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
still working on mine, but you can find all my things on there.
Okay.
and how to like book with me or get in contact with me. Um, yeah, so I'm excited. That's definitely something I want to do more of.
Okay. Sounds good.
Um, yeah.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
and
Yeah.
yeah, if I could just say one thing, that's kind of what I wanted to tie in with the taking for granted what you said earlier, how he's like, don't stop talking about what you know because it changed his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing. Like, here we are, we know so much, learned so much, like, especially in the health and fitness. It's like, oh, another trainer, like another health coach. But it's like the way that I take it on with my own experience and my holistic approach, the way that I was even talking to her in the beginning, it like lit up her world. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
things that she's like, oh my, like she's never heard of before. So
Yes.
here we are capping ourselves like, oh, everybody knows this. No, it's not true. Not every, it's in your head because you see it every day,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean that everybody else sees it. Literally everybody in my close circle of people have no idea except you because we're in
Yeah.
the same field of knowledge. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And it's
And we know a lot of people and
and
none of them know what we know.
yeah, and you're like a gem because a lot of times you have to go to, like, if you want lymphatic drainage, if you want fascia, if you want digestion nutrition, if you want childhood trauma, if you want just a good workout, you got to hire six different people, like where
Yeah.
people could just get that from you. All of that's under one umbrella. So
Yeah.
that's like a gem, you're not just another trainer or another health coach. There's so much wisdom and knowledge there that, you
Yes.
know, in one person.
111. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I love that. And yes,
That's what
you're
I wanted
also,
to focus into. Like I wanted to know all of it, nervous system regulation, this, that, any kind of coaching and teaching, because I just want people to have a one-stop shop. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, if you want to process grief, I got you. If you want Reiki, I got you. If you want, um, work with some childhood stuff, I got you. If you want to work on binge eating and how to calm and get rid of food cravings, I got you too. If you want to work on digestion, I got you too. Like, like being that
yeah,
one stop shop where instead of having to hire, because I have personally not seen any other people besides me and you that have knowledge about all of it. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah,
Um, like I see people just focus on Reiki, or people just focus on shamanic things, or people just focus on diet and exercise, but I haven't seen people have the experience, not just knowledge, but we've experienced all of that, and we
yes,
are
yeah.
becoming teachers in a lot of it. And I think that's wonderful. And I think the world really needs that.
Yes, and that people do one-on-one coaching. Like you can go to, people's pages and learn all this information about childhood trauma, about trauma in the body, about all these things. But then you can't talk to them. You can't be like, "Hey, help
Oh,
me."
yeah. Yeah.
You
You can
can
learn a
buy their
book,
book. You can,
you know?
whatever. And it's like great, but it's like I am a hands-on. I want to do this with somebody, so I know. Somebody
Yes.
experience and also not pay $2,000 per session. You know what I mean?
If
Like
not
that's
more.
another thing.
That's
Yeah,
another
we're
blessing
we're
that people have to work with us now, is we are beginning to grow ourselves. So when you are a client, you will have hands-on, our attention on you 100%, because we don't have a huge following yet, right? But it's going to get there one day. So this is a great chance for people to get some great coaching, um for a great price, for a lot of attention, like you said, 101.
yeah. And it's funny because I just thought about that. Like they also have millions of followers, so I can imagine they can't do one-on-one. But then you have like, um, other things. But anyways, yeah, my point was that it's a great time to be alive. I don't
Yes.
know.
It
I
is.
don't know.
All right. Well, thank
But
you so
yeah,
much for
thank you
jumping
so much.
on. And I just want to
Yes.
thank our audience for, we've had quite a bit of views and a couple of comments here and there on our videos. And I really appreciate you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we welcome your suggestions and comments always.
Yeah. anything you want to talk about, it's very far and few in between that it's something we don't want to talk about. So,
Right, right.
very open. We are here to talk about the stuff that people don't want to talk about,
Yes.
but we all want to talk about it. Like, just let's
Yes.
talk,
We're not
you
scared to talk
know?
about anything.
Yeah, we're really not. And we don't judge either. They're
Yeah.
like, I also have a client that I was like, thank you, God, for the stuff I went through to be open to people's struggles and pain and feel like that safe space. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I don't take that for
Yeah.
granted because it's like they can tell me the craziest things and I'd be like, mm-hmm, yeah, like I
I
get
got
that.
you.
And
I get
without
it. Yeah.
no judgment, no, oh my, like it's just like, mm-hmm, neutral. And it's taken me a long time to get to where that place is. And some days it's a struggle, but it's getting more stronger as I build that
Yes.
skill.
Yes. Of
So,
course.
yeah, thank you for listening in. And
And we'll
yeah,
see you guys
any
in the next
suggestions,
episode.
let us know. Okay, thank you, friend.
Bye,
I'll talk to
friend.
you later. I'll talk to you right after this.
I'll call you right after this. Bye, friend.
Bye. Bye. I don't know how to stop.
Wait.
I'll just
Oh
be
my
here.
God. Wait. That's not how you leave. Sorry, guys. I
Wait,
will.
make
I
sure you
might not
don't
be able to
delete
cut
it.
this out because I'm.
That's fine. Bye.